Bone Collector was released in 1999. It was directed by Philip Noyce and it sees Denzel Washington play Lincoln Rhymes, a former police detective who's now quadriplegic, team up with a young NYPD detective played by Angelina Jolie to take on a serial killer who is terrorizing the streets of New York City. As always guys, please hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my videos are going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well. When I reviewed Seven, as part of my favourite films that were turning 25 years old, I highlighted a point that Denzel Washington was offered the role of David Mills, but turned it down and eventually went to Brad Pitt. And that was a decision that Denzel Washington still regrets to this day. The Bone Collector is somewhat of a way for him of making up for not taking on Seven, because it is the same type of genre. But what was interesting was Philip Noyce, the director, he didn't like the process of making The Bone Collector, because Seven had set the bar so high for the serial killer genre. And just like other films that have come before it, Die Hard, Rocky, anything that sets a new trend in a genre, the studio want to jump on it and make another one just like it. So the studio asked him to do something in the same vein as Seven, and he knew that he wasn't going to match it. And he didn't feel like he was making something that was significant or something that was necessary. He was just making something to satisfy the studios at that time. But with that being said, The Bone Collector is a satisfying film and is entertaining in parts. Whilst not as gory or as scary or as shocking as Seven, there are some grisly death scenes that are in your face. This is a very atmospheric thriller, and Philip Noyce is a brilliant director. He directed Patriot Games, which I enjoyed. He directed Sliver with Sharon Stone. He directed Clear and Present Danger. He knows how to capture tension. It is very, very bleak. It is very, very dark. And I like how he captures New York, especially the caverns and how it is filmed, especially when it comes to the death scenes. That, coupled with a very, very atmospheric score, it really does add to the tension and shock value within the film. The Bone Collector has a brilliant cast. Denzel Washington, I don't have to say anymore. Hands down, one of the best actors to do it of his generation. He was just brilliant as Lincoln Rhymes. And Angelina Jolie as the police detective Amelia, she was good too. And this was pretty much the ascension of her moving into the action genre. She does have some very, very heavy scenes in this film that requires her to be very, very physical. And I believe it was that preparation that served her well when she would take on the role of Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider films, and when she would reunite with Philip Noyce in 2010 Salt. We have Queen Latifah, who again at that time was just starting her career as an actress and lent fine support. We have the brilliant Michael Rooker, Louis Gersman as the forensic scientist. I love that guy. Like, he has starred in so many films and every time he does no wrong. The Bone Collector does have some grisly scenes in this film, particularly the death scenes. They are in no way, shape or form as shocking as say Seven. Philip Noyce captures these scenes very, very well. My main problem with The Bone Collector is in the conclusion and the third and final act of the film, where we learn who the killer is. That felt like a letdown for me. And if you haven't seen this film, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. When a killer is actually revealed, there are some connections as to, okay, this is why he did it. That doesn't come across in The Bone Collector. The victims have no relation to the killer. And when the killer finally confronts Denzel Washington's character, he brings up something about his past that was responsible for him getting imprisoned, and there is no reference to that in the film at all. So that final scene, when you leave the cinema or when you finish watching the film, it does raise some question marks as to, okay, well, what about this? Why wasn't that revealed later on? And I think that if there was more reference to that in the film, if the victims were connected to Denzel Washington's character in some way, shape or form, if there was something brought up about his past, about a former case that he took on, that has some significance to the killings right now, I think that the conclusion would have been better. And that final act of the film, that's where it let itself down. It was just so out of the blue. And whilst I like to be shocked and surprised, that revelation made no sense at all. But The Bone Collector is still a satisfying film. And the legacy of this is that 21 years after that, it spawned a TV show. So I would say that The Bone Collector, if you haven't seen it before, or if you haven't seen it in a long time, give it a watch. With Denzel Washington on board, it makes the film even more entertaining. So I'll give this film a very, very strong 7 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. As always guys, hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications from me when my videos are going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with what is your favourite serial killer film. Comment down below and I shall see you all on the next film review. Take care.